All right, we live out.
All right.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom. This is the GMS Louisiana Saints Camp with another Shabbat lesson. But before we do anything, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh.
Yahweh, Yahweh, stand by Shukakdash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim, out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And with this Shabbat lesson, we're just going to get into the fact that the heathens are going to be the slaves of the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. And that seems to be something a lot of people still don't get, because I was on one of the videos that the elder apostle Tahar did, and I was going through the comment section, and you had somebody in there, and I think they were a Jake, just by the way they worded it, but they were saying, hey, Esau and the other nations will receive salvation as well as the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven, which is just a clear lack of understanding of the scriptures, because that's not going to happen. Again, the heathens are going to be the slaves of the Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. For that first 1,000 years, it's going to be rigorous, because they're going to be building up the kingdom of heaven. And then after that first 1,000 years, the heathen nations will be able to go back to their lands, but they're still going to be under our subjection and under the law and commandments of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. But as for the Edomites, they're going to be completely eradicated from the face of the earth. So we're just going to get straight into it. Somebody give me Jeremiah 30, verse 16.
I have one real fast too. Just to kick it off with. This is Hebrews 12 and 16. It says, "Least there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know." You have about something?
And profane means you're pretty much outside of the temple. You're profane to everything of Yahweh by Yishim Yahushai. And as it just said in verse 16, lest there be any fornicator more profane than Esau, roughly paraphrasing.
Yeah, and profane also goes into the word, I believe, another word for it is godless. You know?
And it's clear to see that this devil out here, this Edomite, is a very godless man, just by the society he's trying to push, this whole transhumanist, make yourself live forever, God, make yourself a God digital society.
Right. And as it goes on to say in 17, it says, "For ye know how afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears."
Hey, a clear cut right there. And that's the New Testament. That's not the Old Testament. And that's the Apostle Paul, the apostle of the so-called Gentiles, which are Israelite Gentiles, that wrote that down, just to get that out of the way. Because besides people believing that everybody's going to be saved in the kingdom, they think that, oh, Esau's been done away with, or any madness like that. As the elder brother just read, not only is Esau the most profane fornicator out there, but he's not going to receive any repentance. But did somebody have that Jeremiah 30 and 16?
Come. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 16. "Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. And they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for prey."
A point blank period. All thine adversaries. And every heathen nation on the face of the earth has been the adversaries of the nation of Israel. You can simply go to Psalms chapter 83 to see that table of nations that confederated themselves against the nation of Israel and tried to cut them off from being a nation. You got Esau, Edom in there, the so-called white man, the Moabites, the so-called Chinese, the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, Ammonites, so-called Japanese, Hamites, etc., etc. And if these heathens were really for our benefit out here, because best believe a lot of these heathens know that we're the Israelites, they go to the United Nations and say, look, these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans in that land called America should have a say on our council. We know they're the people of the book, so we should be doing what we can to help them out. But no, as it says in Luke chapter 16, they're those dogs that are licking the sores of the Israelites. They have those cheap gas and liquor stations, gas stations and liquor stores in the hoods run by these Ishmaelites. You've got these Chinese restaurants selling our people abominable foods, etc., etc. giving our people poison and happy to live off of our grief and misery, and you've got a recompense to pay for. But somebody give me that Revelation chapter 13, verse 10. Hey, and that was that Jeremiah was in the Old Testament, because you got a lot of people that like to say, oh, the Old Testament's done away with. And actually, I remember I was watching a video. It's this little series that the Christian Edomite does where he interviews Amalekites, the Jays, the 1948ers over in the land of Israel about various topics of the Bible. And he actually interviewed them on the topic on, are the Gentiles going to be slaves to the Israelites? And he had a lot of them skirt the issue and say, oh no, that's not the case. And one gutter rat actually said in the book of Jeremiah, it specifically condemns slavery and says that the heathens won't be slaves to the Israelites. But as we just read in Jeremiah 30, verse 16, all thine adversaries and all those that spoiled thee shall go into captivity. Another cut to those 1948ers out there to show that they're clearly not the people of the book. And hey, they may say that, but hey, they have a gun to the world's head right now. They own Hollywood. They're the Rothschilds, the gutter rats, these elite bankers. They're the ones that are making these moves to bring about this new world order. And they look at you people as goyim or cattle. So they clearly have got no issues with people being slaves under them. But nobody says anything. But when so-called Nicholas and Tontos come out and say, hey, you heathens are going to be our slaves, oh, then it's an uproar. Then you're a black identity extremist. You're an Islamic extremist. You're a terrorist. You're a madman. You're a racist, etc., etc. Just going to show how again, old heathen nations federated against the nation of Israel back in Psalms chapter 83 to cut us off from being a nation and a people. You just want us to still live underneath your boots, licking the bottom of them. Well, not sorry to tell you this, but that's about to change. There's about to be a complete paradox.
All right, I gotta. Oh, you go ahead. You want to pull it, or you want that revelation?
You had a quick one. You had another one, Kaya?
Yeah, I got one real quick.
John, you got it.
This Deuteronomy chapter.
Phone or something going on, man.
That's the house phone ringing, bro.
Oh.
This Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. It says, a bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh Yahushua, even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of Yahweh Yahushua. And I'm gonna get this this word congregation in the Strongs real quick.
Kahale.
It says a assembly, a company, a congregation, convocation, which we know that a convocation is a holy calling, all right, and we know that they're the unholy people of the scriptures. It says assembly for evil counsel, war on invasion, for religious purposes, and we're gonna be extremely religious in the kingdom, man. All right, not the religious, Jake may think, oh, you religious. Nah, man. It says the company of returning exiles, the congregation, as organized body. Now, something jumped out to me. I'm gonna go to the Hebrew lexicon. It says a congregation, assembly, as an assembly, a crowd of nations, especially the congregation of the people of Israel. So they're not gonna be congregated, especially with the people of Israel, which was the key point, man. You see? So that assembly or that congregation is predicated on the family of the 12 tribes of Israel going into those kindreds. All right. And those people, if you're not a kindred unto those people, you're going to be outside of the congregation. Now, yes, you're going to bring forth, you're going to be nursing mothers and fathers. All right. And you're going to bring forth your riches unto us, but you will not enter into the congregation. You will not take house with the holy people that own scriptures, man. You got it, all right?
Hey, I want to say one thing, because Jake gotta go and look up words too, because that word religion also goes into the word discipline.
Yep.
So we're gonna be fully disciplined in the worshiping and serving of Yahweh. Everything's gonna be done like the scripture said, decently and order, man. even down to the way we enslave you, man. We're not gonna do you the way you done us. And when I say that, when you hung a man, all right, in the back towns of Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, you left us out there to rot, man. The flies will eat us up, man. We're gonna do what the scripture said. We're gonna actually, when we do those things to you in the kingdom, we're gonna put you up before the sun go down, man. You know, splitting you up in the ways how you done us. We're gonna do everything orderly, man, and by the law, all right. Which the law is gonna be in our inward part, so we're gonna do it with a second nature. All right, it's not gonna be anything hard for us to do, man, and everything's gonna flow together. You know, we're gonna keep the land Sabbath. You're gonna keep the Sabbath. You're gonna wear a beard in your face, so on and so on, man. Go ahead.
Hey, it says an Ammonite or a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahweh forever. And when you go into Deuteronomy 32:8, when the Lord divided the nations, he made Israel his portion. So it's nothing different in the kingdom of heaven. We really gonna have our lots. All the nations gonna have their lots divided, man. All right, when you go into Revelation and speak about the dead didn't live into those I think to after those 1,000 years. I don't paraphrase it. I ain't go to it in a second. All right, meaning they're gonna get their lot and their inheritance. All right, accordingly, and Esau gonna be completely cut off pursuant to the book of Obadiah. But the point is, they're gonna get their lot of their inheritance, but they still gonna be subjugated to basically Israel, man, to do that which is pleasing unto the law. You got it.
God, somebody get Revelation 11, read verse 1 to back up Kaya. Before you bring it out, I just wanted to make a few points on that Deuteronomy 23. Hey, as the brother Kaya just said, hey, you're going to be our nurse and mothers and fathers and bring your sustenance to us in the kingdom, but you're not going to be equal to us. And that's no different than what you Edomites do today. I've with my line of work, I've worked several jobs where Jake will be working the event, but Jake's under strict parameters. Jake's here doing entertainment for the Edomites that are at this specific place, giving them beverages and refreshments. But Jake can't even go to the bar to get a drink, or Jake can't walk around outside the premises. Jake's got to stay in his own set area on the job, and it's going to be no different than you Edomites and you other heathen nations in the kingdom. You're going to have your things to do for us, but then after that, you're going to go back to your allotted space to stay. And we're not going to want to look at you or see you anywhere near our holy places. And also, what the bastard, somebody that's not considered a son. And as it says in 2 Ezra chapter 6, you heathen are spit as less than nothing to the Most High. So you're bastards. You're not the sons of God. Point blank, period. But as it said also in the Deuteronomy 23, that the bastard shall not enter into the congregation, which plays into the Revelation chapter 11, verse 1 to 2 that the brother Amawat is going to give.
God, it's Revelation chapter 11, verse 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein.
Hey, and you're Abarat Dazah, we're of that number, but you're looking at the temple of the Most High right now, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the righteous 1/3, and then eventually 2/3 of Israel when they come back in their right minds in the kingdom. We're going to be the physical and spiritual temple of the Most High. But hey, there's also going to be another temple built in the land of Israel, and as it says in verse 2.
Verse 2. Also, when you go into Romans, the 9th chapter, in the 1st verse, the Israelites were the only ones given the pleasure and the privilege to worship the Most High. So, this is verse 2. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months.
But the court which is without the temple of God, which is without the congregation of the Most High, leave unto the Gentiles, because they're not supposed to enter into it. They're not supposed to come into the holy place, and they're not going to be equal to us in the kingdom of heaven. Again, you got it.
You finish. I just got a quick precept to back up that Revelation 11 and 2.
Oh, because again, with the topic of this Shabbat lesson, you heathens will be our slaves and under our subjection in the kingdom of heaven. there will be no equality in the kingdom of heaven.
This is Joel chapter 3, verse 17. So shall you know that I am Yahweh, your power, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, which is separate, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore.
Point blank period. No strangers, no heathen strangers. You won't pass by it anymore. You won't come anywhere near it. Hey, you're going to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, and you're going to worship Yahweh by Yishim Yahushai. But as for doing it with us, that's a no-go. Con. Somebody get me that Revelation chapter 13, verse 9 and 10. Baba Pashab.
All right, I got you. This Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth in captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. If any man have a spiritual ear to hear, or has that spiritual eye salve, you'll know exactly what we're saying, that is true and stated in the scriptures, that he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And it's easy to see who led the nation of Israel into captivity. Whenever the word slavery comes up into somebody's mind, what's the first thing they think about? Oh, so-called black in America, enslaved with chains and collars on their necks, getting beat and picking cotton, etc., etc. You know who did that, who orchestrated that? You Edomites, the so-called white people. So as it says back in Jeremiah 30, verse 16, all thine adversaries shall go into captivity, and they that spoiled thee shall be a spoil. And also it says, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And what was Esau Edom's blessing? That sword. Ever since you Edomites came into this little season of your final rulership, beginning with the Renaissance, and even before that, during Rome and other periods, you used your blessing, the sword, to kill as many Jakes as you could when you got the opportunity to do so. You used that gun to go to the west coast of Africa to get Jake, and then when Jake was over in the Americas, you used that gun to kill Jake. You used dogs to find Jake and maul him and tear him apart. You lynch Jake, etc., etc. And it's going on to this very day with these various Israelite men and women that get gunned down by these cops in the street, or just get gunned down by a regular old Edomite who ends up getting off because this is his kingdom and it's not our rest. So, hey, we're going to do the exact same thing to you in the kingdom. We're going to hunt you down. We're going to lynch you. We're going to torture you, and we're going to make you work. But as the elder brother said, it's all going to be in righteousness. We're not going to do anything extracurricular and weird to you Edomites. We're not going to do like we did us in slavery when you got drunk at night on your plantation and you went into the slave quarters and raped a man's wife or his daughter or even his son right before his eyes.
Or even a man. He even called it butt breaking. He even did the men, you know?
Time.
Yeah, we don't do none of that, man. You know, everything that we're going to do is going to be predicated on the law, such commandments of the Most High, all right? You know, you're not going to get slave quarters. The scripture talks about how you're going to live in holes and pits, man. That's going to be your quarters to live at, all right? Your only peace is going to come through the Sabbath, all right? And that's just what it is, man. I don't know what fairy tale minds these guys think that a nation is going to actually put their hands on the most precious people on planet Earth, the most chosen people on planet Earth, and everything is going to just slide and nothing's going to happen, man. That's not true, okay? These nations are going to actually get what's coming to them, every last single one of them, because going back to Psalms, the 83rd chapter, all of them made an agreement, all right? They sit down at a round table and actually thought of a way to entrap us in different philosophies, different setups of the judicial system and hoods. They thought of a way to actually keep us down, man. So everybody across the board is guilty, all right? Guilty as charged, all right? And they've been actually brought up on charges now as we speak. As the men of the Lord, we're bringing them up on charges of past events, all right? And more events coming out. More and more every day, different information coming out about how Moabites had us in slavery and what they've done, what they call us, Hamites, all right, Edomites, day by day. So everybody is gonna get their just due, man. All right. Like that scripture I bring out in Amos time and time again. We coming up on a time where the plowman is going to overtake the reaper, man. All right. If people got a problem with that, man, death to you. All right. Let the Most High destroy you, man. All right. Jacob not, because you're gonna get in your right damn mind on this. You're gonna get in your right damn mind in the kingdom, man. Even if you gotta come back in Hebrew huggies, okay? A lot of you niggas ain't gonna get it on this side, man. It's cool. You don't have to get it, but you gotta die too, though, man. All right. Slavery is a must. All right. You got it, huh?
Con. Somebody give me that Psalms chapter 2. But hey, that person, you wacky-tacky Christians, and even you people that have somewhat of a knowledge of the Bible associate a so-called Jesus Christ, is for slavery. He's for his people enslaving the heathen nations, and he's going to be the one leading it. He's not a so-called leprous white man with hair like a dog. He's a dark-skinned Negro with a white woolly afro and eyes, bloodshot red eyes from drinking wine, who's coming back in power and glory. Bloodshot red eyes.
I got a precept too, man.
God.
This is Isaiah 49:22. It says, "Thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will lift up my hand to the Gentiles and set my standard to the people, and they shall bring thy children in their arms, and thy daughters shall be carried upon their shoulders, and the kings shall be thy nursing fathers, and the queens thy nursing mothers. They shall bow to thee with their faces towards the earth, and lick up the dust of thy feet. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord, for they shall not be ashamed that wait for thee." Now the Lord will go into it a little more. Verse 24 says, "Shall the prey be taken from the mighty, or the lawful captive delivered? But thus said the Lord, even the captives of the mighty shall be taken away, and the prey of the terrible shall be delivered. For I will contend with him that contended with thee, and I will save thy children." All right, it goes a little more to say, "I will feed them that oppress thee with their own flesh. All right, and they shall be drunken with their own blood as with sweet wine. And all flesh shall know that I am the Lord, thy Savior, thy Redeemer, thy mighty one of Jacob."
God, he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And as it also says, he that liveth by the sword shall die by the sword. When Yahushua gave you that blessing when he was Isaac, he put you in a trick bag, because this blessing of yours that you use to gain the fatness of the earth and dew of heaven is going to turn around and fall right back on your head. It's going to be the thing that's going to cause you to drink your own blood and eat your own flesh. We're already starting to see these Edomites, their kingdoms going down. They're starting to get riled up to fight each other in a civil war. And ultimately, these different tribes of Esau, these Edomites in America, these Edomites in Russia, these Edomites in Europe, are all going to go to war and fight against each other in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's going to culminate in nuclear missiles being shot to the ends of the earth to be the final period on your rulership, the last chapter on the rulership of the detestable, the disgusting, the base Esau, Edom. And then afterwards, when the dust settles, as it says, the kings and queens shall be thy nursing fathers and thy nursing mothers, and they shall bend down and lick up the dust of thy feet. You Rothschild, you Rockefellers, you DuPonts, you Gettys, you Oppenheimers, you Merovingians. Hey, a lot of y'all are going to survive this coming destruction just so you can be the first fruits of slavery in the kingdom of heaven. And you who live so deliciously on the face of the earth, you had the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven in your hands. You thought you would never go down. You're going to be the new niggers, spicks, and tontos in the kingdom of heaven. Hey, you're going to have the worst epithet of all, the word that cuts anybody to the heart. You're going to be known as the Edomites.
I got you something, Mark.
God.
There's I'm holding that Psalms 2 for you too. Tell me where you going first.
You can use that first.
Let's do Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8. And this scripture alone right here really sums up the separation with the Lord's chosen people and the heathen, man. All right. It's several words you could just go to in this script alone. And this scripture alone, man, says it all, man. This Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. The scripture also say he made this world for many, but the world will come for few. So if everybody is going to get the enjoyment of the kingdoms of heaven or the fruits of the kingdom of heaven, why the world to come is for few? That don't plague your mind? That don't jog your mind in some kind of way? But it says, when the Most High, all right, this is Yahweh, he's the Most High, divided the nations their inheritance. All right, now, Amawah, could you get that word divided? Because we're going to grab a couple words in this precept alone, man. It says, when the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance. That's nations with an S. So that's all the nations. When he separated the sons of Adam, all right, the separation of the sons of Adam come to the chosen people. When you go into 2nd Ezra 6 and 50 something, you can read that on your own time and get the understanding of that, all right? There was a chosen people, then it was all of the rest of the people. It says he set the bounds, we're going to go into that word bounds, of the people according to the number of the children of Israel, man. Bring out that word divided real quick, out.
Okay. This is Strong's H5157, Nachal, which is to get as a possession, acquire, to divide for a possession.
to divide for a possession. All right. This is the lot of the people. But he set the bounds. Go ahead, go ahead.
To be allotted.
To be allotted, man.
A lot.
It's a lot. Listen, the Lord divided all these people and separated the sons of Adam so he could have them as a lot, man. Even though he gave them their lot, there still was our lot. There was our possession. To divide, it means to get a possession, to acquire. You see, to inherit, to possess. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, read the next verse. Verse 9. Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into it.
Oh, come on.
I wanted to, in a strong, it says in a lexicon for this, it says to receive anything as a possession, to possess as wealth or glory. Very frequently used of the children of Israel as acquiring the possession of Canaan and possessing it. So I use that as a reference. All right. So we're going to possess not only these heathens' land, we're going to give it to them, but they're going to be our possession. If they're our possession, then their land is also our possession, man. All right. Understand that, man. You see? Go ahead, out.
Just like with any ruler, just like when you go into the history of Alexander the Great and these different so-called Caesars, you lived in their province, whatever it may be, but they charge you tax and interest on whatever you was doing, man. So the same thing gonna happen with these nations. They're gonna live in our world, and they're gonna get taxed, man. They're gonna give us, like the scripture, the forces of the Gentiles, man. Wherever that may be, they're gonna give it unto us. All right, we're gonna possess everything because we're gonna be the landlords of the earth, man. The landlords of the world. Okay, point blank. Period. You know, I say anybody that has the mindset of want to be opposite of that, there's something wrong with you, man. When do you want to be on top? When do you want to be a king and a ruler and possess those who once possessed our ancestors, man? Cause that happened. You got a lot of knuckleheads and copper tops out here that don't believe slavery even happened, man. I'm talking about these young boys, 17, 16, 21 years old. They don't believe that slavery even happened based on the school system. All right, but we're gonna change the tide in the earth, man. All right, go ahead, Doc. You got it.
Right. Go into that word. Set.
Let me finish this out. It says it's back Nachal, which is that word divide. It says to take possession. Hey, the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever. Yeah. To take possession, to have or get as a possession or property, to divide the land for a possession.
Yeah, it says he set the bounds of the people. All right, when you're going to set, he appointed the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So everything was surrounded by them. It was for them. It was divided by lot for them. All right, and then the Lord made a clear discrepancy between in the very next verse to show you, all right, this is my people, and this is what my people is going to get, man. He didn't say everybody. This is 9. It said, for Yahweh's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. So his inheritance is going to inherit everything. It says in the scripture that everywhere where the sole of your feet touch down, you shall inherit it, man. It shall be yours. In the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be the one walking and going everywhere. All right? The heathens are going to be prohibited to their land, man. They're not going to be all over the place, man. And when they do, all right, they're going to be coming to us, man. You got it.
Up for you too.
Real quick, somebody get me a Genesis 27, read verse 28 to 29 to back up Kayat.
I got you. This Genesis 27 and 28. It says, therefore, our power give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine.
Hey, just to back up what you were saying, hey, even though these nations were allotted their land, our ultimate blessing is the kingdom of heaven and the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven completely. You Edomites got it with your blessing for a while, but we're going to have it for eternity. Everything's going to be ours. We're going to be the super. We're going to be the landlord, while you heathen nations are just renters in our land, which is going to be the entire planet.
It says, let people serve thee. Now, this is beautiful. The brother brought that out because, and I think it's Isaiah, as either 11 or 14, where it says, thou wasn't made to serve. All right? We wasn't made to serve. All right? Or the hard bondage which we're in. The bondage is for the other people. Just like with Hagar and Sarah. Hagar was the bondwoman. Sarah was the free woman. All right? That means she had what? Slaves, man. It says, let people serve thee. People going to, and nations with the S, bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Esau, Edom, who's the brother and the son of the mother of Jacob, Esau. So you're going to bow down to us in the kingdom of heaven and lick our feet. And hey, these heathen nations are going to go through the ringer during that first 1,000 years, but it's going to be nothing compared to what you Edomites are going to get. As it says in Revelation chapter 18, do double unto them as they have done unto you. So the transatlantic slave trade, slavery, Jim Crow, all that is going to look like a day on Sesame Street compared to what we're going to put you Edomites through in the kingdom of heaven. And the beautiful thing about it is it's all going to be in righteousness.
Huh? This, if you brothers don't read up, this is when Jacob was, Isaac was blessing Jacob with the blessing, man. All right. Isaac was blessing Jacob with the blessing when Jacob basically supplanted, his father, man. But it was all through the spirit. The Lord wanted him to get it, but the Lord just made the blessing, the getting of the blessing interesting. He's just not a blame power. All right. But there was the blessing that he gave him. He said, let people serve thee. People is going to all the other nations, man, outside the children of Israel. And nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee. Now, there's no equality in that. There's nothing equal about that, bro. And this is a blessing that he inherited, all right, along with the dew of heaven, the fatness of the earth, and everything, and all the services going into Romans chapter 9 from the Most High, man. There's no equality in that. You got it out.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead, all right.
Oh, finish out that last little part out, and then somebody get your precept, and then somebody hold for me Zechariah 14, read 16 to 19.
It says, cursed be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
And hey, just like if you rub shoulders with Esau to an extent on this side in his kingdom, he'll give you some leeway and some kickbacks for doing business with him. It's going to be no different in the kingdom of heaven. The heathen nations that bring their sustenance to us and go out of their way to worship our power and do good by us, they're going to get blessings. But you heathen nations that don't do it, you just want to sit on your hands and be stubborn and try to go back to your old ways. Hey, you got something special waiting for you, and we're going to be more than happy to issue those judgments onto
you. Yeah. Just because they bring us our substance, that don't make them equal to us either. Because Queen Sheba bought Solomon gifts and things like that. That didn't make her equal to him, man. He was the king, man. All right. You know, people say, well, he come and bring them gifts, then that mean they start working to get. No, man. You got it, out.
You got your precepts, Samakia?
Okay. It's a Psalm 149:5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. 6. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand. And that's a literal two-edged sword.
A weapon of war to get busy with.
Good. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people.
Hey, and in the very next verse it says to execute vengeance upon the people and with a two-edged sword. So that's the Most High telling you we're gonna get nasty with you heathens in the kingdom, because hey, you're not gonna have the laws, statutes, and commandments in you like us. So you're gonna go off, and just like how Jake struggles to follow the law, statutes, and commandments on this side, you're gonna do the same. But the thing with Jake is the sincere Israelites actually try to make an effort to do it. You heathens are going to have it beat into you because you're naturally just brute beasts. You're pretty much just a animal that can talk, and that's it.
A monkey. to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
Hey, again, those kings and nobles and those queens, these higher ups in the society, you elites, you Rothschild, Rockefellers, Gettys, DuPonts, as well as the state, and the sheiks of these other heathen nations. All of y'all are going to be gathered up that survive and get those chains slapped on you and get those whips on your back. And a lot of you know that now. That's why all this information is coming out about you going to underground bunkers, talks of luxury submarines, low orbit luxury space stations, etc., etc. And hey, as a lot of brothers have been going into, you use that Hadron Collider to go to other dimensions, and you got that message back from the Most High saying, Tekel, your kingdom has been weighed in the balance and found deficient. So you know it's almost a curtain call time on your rulership.
I got one going back into what you were saying too. It's Zechariah 14:16. Okay. Yeah, Zechariah 14:16. It says, it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all nations, all right, all nations which come against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to year to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles.
Khan, hey, you heathens paying tribute to us and bringing your sustenance of us, the first fruits of your stuff, of your gold, your silver, your cattle, and especially those young tender daughters you're going to be having in the kingdom to be our concubines. And as it goes back as it'll go into this verse, but as it went back in Deuteronomy chapter 27, they that bless thee shall be blessed. So if you heathens do right by us, you're gonna get a blessing. But they that curse thee shall be cursed, as it goes into in the Zechariah 14.
Right, and it says, and it shall be that whosoever would not come up of all the families of the earth, all right, all the families of the earth, unto Jerusalem to worship the King, the Lord of hosts, even unto them shall be no rain. Right? You need rain for your crops, all right?
To live.
Yeah, crops and things of that nature to live, and you need water to live too, man. All right? And it says, and if the families of Egypt go not up and come not, all right, being stubborn, like you said earlier, they have no rain. There should be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. All right, and it says, this shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. All right.
John, they that curse thee shall be cursed. Again, you Edomites that want to drag your asses and be stubborn. Hey, we're going to have the spiritual powers to send plagues upon your land, to cause famines, send death angels to you, et cetera, to where you're going to be forced to get back in line. Hey, we're not coming to you with a bouquet of roses in a stimulus check to get you to be right. No, we're coming with that double-edged sword to beat it into you. And hey,
you beat it in us, man. All right, you beat it in us. You got a famous picture out there that's been around for years. All right, you just put in Louisiana and put in a slave named Peter. All right, it's a famous picture with the guy Peter with his back turned, and it looks like he got a goddamn Google map on his back from being whipped. All right, you gonna get all that's coming to you, man. All the history that's going back into the Latino brothers and sisters, all right, of the northern tribe. How you cut the woman's stomach open and bash the baby head in, stomp on the baby head, use men for dog food. All right, how you did the so-called Native Americans with the Gatling gun. All right, all the history goes on and on and on, man. You know. You got the nerve to call them savages and red men, all right, beasts and shit. But you the real beast of the earth, man. Your history runs long and deep in the planet Earth, man. Somebody give me real quick that wanted number 3533, man. 3335. If I'm getting in the thing.
If y'all really can't see this image, this is from one of those old books which has a lot of information in it, showing illustrations of what you Edomite Spanish conquistadors did to the Northern Kingdom. In that image, they show a Israelite man. He's tied up to a iron bench, and they're fanning a fire under it to burn him. And they show you lynching. They show you lynching some northern tribes right there, and underneath them, what's that Edomite doing? Setting a fire. And in this image, hey, they're showing right about there. It looks like a meat market. They were cutting those jakes into pieces and feeding them to dogs and probably eating them themselves. And these are your white Christians, the white Christian male, the true terrorist and white identity extremists on the face of the earth, the number one plague and problem on the face of the earth, the virus.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. Because when you go back and say and do research, man, you'll find out that those people that came on the Mayflower, the Good Jesus, and these different ships, those were the top criminals of Europe, man. There was criminals, rapists, all right. There was pedophiles, all type of criminals, man. And they was running from King James, all right. And they got with that other goddamn devil, Christopher Cuball, or better known Christopher Columbus. And they came over here and ransacked every goddamn thing, man. They took everything and they called it their own. All right, that's why you got bugged out niggas over here, all right, crying in the middle of the streets and a protest with the American flag on their goddamn back, man. Bugged out niggas, man. You got suspended wearing niggas in Mississippi got the Confederate flag on their black asses, man. You know? But niggas want to forget about the history, but the Most High, going back to Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, the Most High don't forget a damn thing. 3 and 15. The Most High forgets nothing. And he asks us not to forget, man. We got to remember our ancestors, man. We got to uphold what's been done to our ancestors, man. All right? And we're going to uphold it, too, in the kingdom when we bash your goddamn funk ass in, man. All right? We're going to get you devils, okay? We're going to get you goddamn, you backwood country-ass redneck motherfuckers, man. I'm going to be straight and blunt tonight, man. We're going to get you, man, and you know it. That's why you shaking in your goddamn Crocs, man. You shaking in them goddamn Crocs right now because you know Jake is lifting up. Even though the bulk of these niggas are bugged out, but then everybody waking up to being Israelites now, man. Something that the founding forefather of yours by the name of Willie Lynch told you about, man. He said, if we don't keep these niggas down, all right? If we don't keep these niggas down, it's gonna be a great phenomenon. That's what he said in his own letter, right? Y'all brothers read it before, right? On the stream, y'all. Mm-hmm. He said that, man. If we don't keep these niggas subdued and going about the way of oppressing them, if we don't do this, man, it's going to be a great phenomenon happening. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said within some 400 years or something, man. When you looking at it, all right, and you're gonna be looking down the eyes of a goddamn a scepter coming at your goddamn big red ass head too, man. In a few minutes, all right. But go ahead, like I said, because you get to getting mad at. I'm talking about really lock in and getting warmed up.
I got one to back the elder real quick.
Yeah, give it here.
It's the Psalms 137:7. You brought up Ecclesiastes 3, how the Most High requires that which is past. But look what it says here. It says,
beautiful, Yapa.
Remember, O Yahweh, remember the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. It says, remember, O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed. Happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us. Which
right.
Again, the scripture.
Yeah, but real quick, but you don't forget the goddamn thing, man. You Edomites, you funky red ass dogs, man. You don't forget a goddamn thing, man. When them goddamn towers was set ablaze by you and brought down, you commemorate them towers every year, man. All right, when Pearl Harbor come around, some shit that you done done your damn self to your own people, you commemorate that shit, man. You don't forget a goddamn thing. All right, tornadoes through the Midwest, Tab shit, you commemorate. You give a tribute every year to your fallen goddamn Edomites, man. All right, so it's only right that we commemorate ours, man. Our Latino brothers. All right, we know what you done to them, man. We all a whole house, we all a nation, so we commemorate our whole nation. All right, by bringing out the atrocities you have done, man, and we gonna keep doing it. All right, we gonna keep doing it. Cause we know it makes you devils mad. I mean, we boasting the Most High that he gonna fuck you up too, man. Gonna fuck you motherfuckers up, man, when we get a chance to, man. And I'm being blunt. Like I say, tonight, when you get on the subject of Edomites, man, I get kind of, get warmed up, man. Hey. We want you devils, man. We want you devils, man. But go ahead, brother.
Hey, you don't forget Pearl Harbor. You don't forget the Alamo. Any of your historic events, hey, especially if it was Jake putting that business to you, Edomites, you don't forget it for a second. So
hey, look how they do Haiti, man. Haiti is in a condition they're in to this very day, going back to what they've done you Edomites in slavery, man. That's why Haiti is called why do you call them Haiti, which stand for the people of hell, because those Levites put a whooping on your ass in slavery. All right, they actually got history of those Levites in Haiti in the revolt, killing you, putting you upside down on trees and skinning your ass, man. You still got a problem with them today, man. That's why they're living the way they are, man. Go ahead, brother.
John, hey, those Levites were going so hard on you Edomites that you had Jake. They would see the Edomites preparing those cannonball cannons to shoot at Jake, and a Levite would go and stick his head in the barrel and kill himself just so you couldn't hit his brothers, and they could come and just mollywop you Edomites.
Yeah, I got a precept up.
You got to get the next verses in that Psalms 137. We can't forget that.
Block it. Verse 9. Oh, I just want to make a quick point. Notice how it equates Edom with the daughter of Babylon. The scriptures constantly tell you that the Edomites are going to be ruling in the last days, man. All of that destruction that you read about Babylon the Great is talking about you self-proclaimed white people. This is verse 9. Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones.
Hey, what does that sound like? You know exactly what it sounds like. It doesn't need to be said. It talks about picking up a little red devil, bam, on a stone, and Jake's gonna have those spiritual powers too. Hey, I'm thinking about this in the kingdom, using Edomite babes as a baseball bat when we play a little Hebrew baseball. And hey, you Edomites did a number to our children in the past all the way up until today. You used to take a so-called Negro child and bury him up to his neck, and you would kick his head to see who could kick his head off his body. And then back in the 40s and 50s, So not that long ago, at these Edomite carnivals, they used to have 2 games, one called African Dodger and Hit the Trigger, Dunk a Nigger. An African Dodger was when you would take an Israelite child, usually a little so-called black girl, and stick her face in like a little hole, and you would throw baseballs at her face. And then Hit the Trigger, Dunk a Nigger was when a Jake would be on sitting on one of those little platforms underneath a water jug, and you would hit the trigger and dunk him in there. And a lot of times you would throw that baseball to try to hit Jake in the face. Hey, so we're gonna have our own games with you Edomites in the kingdom. We're gonna have Beat a Bozrite, etc., etc.
Hey,
for enjoyment.
Hey, one of you brothers get to show example how David used to play games with you devils, man. 1 Kings 11.
Oh, Khan.
About around 15.
King David had a pure righteous hatred towards you Edomites, and the house of David is no different.
Yeah, Jake ain't taking that shit no more because they got a video. Brothers were looking at it earlier, man. You Edomites got the 1950 spirit. What you gonna do, boy? He told Jake go up to the counter. Go your ass up to the counter. Jake put some bees on his ass, man. Put them paws on him, man. Hey, man, these young Jakes ain't gonna take that shit no more. We ain't the same Jakes, man. No, we ain't taking that shit from you Edomites or you other nations. All right, we ain't taking the shit from our own 2/3 of our own people. All right. This shit gonna have to stop, man. Right? That's why you come up to the block, you want to cry, get on one knee, you want to wiggle your way into Israel and be as though you have a chance. You don't have a chance, Esau. All right, you are outside the temple. The Lord is not dealing with you. All right. Only thing left for you is hardcore slavery, and you think that don't get that in your head, man. This man is going into slavery under us, man. All right. It's already been foretold through prophecy that we would go to slavery under him. Now it's his time, all right? Now it's his time to go to serve us. All right? You got that? Y'all brothers got that? That one about David?
And Khan, and I got another one just to show what the other kings of Israel were doing to you Edomites as a pastime.
Yeah, because David used to take you Edomites on the highest mountain back then, man, and kick you dead in your red ass and watch you tumble and fall down to the last rock and explode, man. That's gonna be something back in style, man.
Hey, and these Edomites know that. These movie makers, they recreated that scene in that movie 300, where the Spartans, or the Lacedaemonians, who were dark-skinned Jakes living up in Greece, when they were fighting the Persians, they cornered them on the side of a mountain with the ocean and rocks underneath. And they started slicing them and kicking them off the side and watch their bodies fall and splatter on the rocks and fall into the ocean.
Yeah, that's gonna be the new horseshoe. Now you play horseshoes and you see you can throw the footers and shit and get that thing around the ring. All right, that's gonna be the new horseshoe, man. Hey, we can't wait. Hey, man, Jake gonna come up with some inventions on you devils, man. It's gonna blow the Roman Empire out the water, man, because the Roman Empire was known for torture, all right, and torture devices and shit, all right. But the wisdom the Most High can give us, man, we gonna really plague you to the nerve endings, man. All right, you gonna hate being a slave under us, man. I don't know what the Bubble Eyes, these other guys out here, they call themselves Israelites, be talking about how we gonna all be in the kingdom holding hands, making a wheel world record, man. That shit ain't gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen.
Candy.
Yeah, eating cotton candy, holding hands. That's not gonna happen, man. But go ahead.
We're gonna be holding your hands, but that's after we rip your arms out of your socket.
Hey, if I can make a point real quick, if everybody is just salvation is gonna be for everybody in the kingdom of heaven, then who gonna be the judges? Who gonna judge? If it's for everybody, if it's gonna be for every nation, we all gonna be brothers and sisters holding hand and married. Who gonna judge? the Lord gonna get off his throne and judge? Who are going to judge? There's always a judge, then it's the people, man.
That's a good point, because people always cry about equality, but if there was something called equality, everybody would be on the same playing field. Everybody would be rich. All right?
Yeah.
Equality is only coming to the nation of Israel, because in the kingdom of heaven, even the scriptures talks about in Daniel, the 12th chapter, verse 1 to 3, talks about some should be ashamed, some shall be I'm just roughly paraphrasing. Those Israelites are gonna be ashamed for what they committed over here. They still gonna be super rich. All right, that's equality for your ass, man. All right, the lowest of the lowest Israelites still gonna be rich and vast in wealth, man. All right, our kingdom is gonna be rich and vast in wealth with the minerals, the gold, the fruits, the animals that's gonna be surrounding the kingdom of heaven, man, which is gonna be on earth. Slavery is gonna be on earth. So I don't know what wacky take Christian mind you got, think we gonna be floating on a goddamn cloud with golden gates and half-naked babies with wings coming out their back, man. No, it's gonna be on earth, man. Right? Everything's gonna be played out right here. All right, that's why we bring it out to you, Jakes, all the time and time again. It says, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come on earth, man. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be on earth. Slavery of these nations going to be done on earth. We on earth now, man. They have whipped, broken the spines of our ancestors, even us now on earth. So where's going to be taking place for them? It's not going to be in no cloud. What they call it out? The mile high. It's not going to be up there in the mile high, man. What's wrong with you, man? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I got you something real quick. Hey, in Revelation chapter 21, Jake need to really read that script, that chapter, because it speak about the 12 gates, and the 12 gates goes into the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. So they're bringing something to us. Matter of fact, this Revelation chapter 21, and I'm gonna start at the 12. It says 11, having the glory of God, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. It had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the 12 gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So they telling you what the whole foundation of the kingdom of heaven going to be made up of. The 12 gates of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. And understand, a gate is an entrance point, which keep people in and out of. All right? It's not for everybody to come into the gate. A gate around your house is for the people that live in your house, or those that are coming to your house that are warranted to come inside of the gate. All right?
And it's set up to keep other people out, man.
Yeah.
That's what the wall is for. That's what the iron bar gates is for. Keep motherfuckers out, man.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, if the kingdom of heaven is for everybody, why are there gates at all?
Why there's gates? Why there's boundaries? Yeah, why is a wall? Why is a blockage?
It's a gun line, boss.
No, there's gonna be a serious gun line. It's gonna be a spiritual gun line. All right. It says, and the wall, this 14, and the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Bro, this is particulars. Now let me jump down and go to explaining how the gates was, how beautiful they was, pure gold. I'm gonna jump to the point for the sake of time. And the 12 gates were 12 pearls. Every several gate was one pearl, and the street of the city was pure gold, as it were transparent glass. We'll jump to 24. And the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it. Hey, this world is for many, but the world of come is for few. The 12,000 of each tribe of Israel gonna occupy those gates, man. All right, and also along with the 1/3, they're gonna be able to come in and out, but it's practically set up for who? The children of Israel. All right. It says, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. Bro, that's plain, bro. You got it on, Raya, bro. That's plain.
The one with King David?
No, I'm thinking about it on the tip of my tongue. What we used to carry around, man. If you wasn't a Levi, you touch it, you die.
The Ark of the Covenant?
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah, that's it. Shit, I'm just speaking as a man. The kingdom of heaven is gonna be like the Ark of the Covenant to them different nations, because they ain't pure, they ain't holy, man. If they even step foot over a certain point, they might drop dead. That's just me speaking as a man. No, because we gonna have those spiritual bodies, man. Our women, our children gonna have the spiritual bodies, man. And you know, that comes with a lot. You know, those other nations ain't gonna be able to step foot around us like that unless it be granted, man. You know, because you only come to a king when you're called for, man. You just don't have authority to come straight to the man. All right.
All
right. You only come when you're called for.
Yeah.
You know,
you're gonna be that or summons. You know, like the other sign to back him up. If you summons or request it, which is the same thing, you got it, bro.
Yeah, and we're gonna do it like the old times, man. Hey, you know, he call a brother whatever his name is. Hey, I want some entertainment, man. You gonna bring a goddamn Moabite in there? You might backflip, you know, do whatever, man. We're gonna get down to those days. Them days coming back, man. All this, I told you about this. The snapping of the fingers. I want some grapes. You know, I want some different fruit, man. Them days coming back in style, man. That's why we tell brothers, man, you already got to be in a ruling class mentality now, man. It starts now. The mentality starts now, man. Understand that you brothers that got low self-esteem, because it's out here, man. You got to understand that you're over these devils, man. Even in your lower state, you still prince, okay? You over these Edomites, these Moabites. You gotta look and carry yourself as such too, man. All right? Different sisters out there, man. Get out of that nature of wanting to dress like a so-called white woman. Want to have your eyes with contacts and blonde hair. That shit looks filthy, man. You know? Wear your natural hair, man. Get into you know, the different oils and taking care of yourself, your skin and shit, man. Even you men. You're over these devils, man. They fear you when our men start wearing their beards again. These nations start to fear it. When our women start to wear their natural hair and conduct themselves in a holy manner, that brings fear on them, man. It's all about energy and vibration, man. I don't even get on that tip how these jakes be, but it's in a way it's about that, man. All right, and then first, like we went into in Atlanta, man. It first starts with your your anthrope, man. You know? That's a major push, you know. But go ahead, Raya. I don't know you had that Daniel, right? My bad. The David, my bad.
Con, somebody get that David, and somebody also get me a 2 Chronicles 25, read verse 11 and 12. Hey, to back what the elder was saying. Hey, when we want entertainment in the kingdom, we're just gonna clap our hands or snap our fingers, and you're gonna come in and do your duty. And if you do it bad, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. I'm gonna have my.
They're gonna put that shit on right there. That's the outfit they're gonna have on, man. And if you don't do it right, you don't make me laugh. Feed them to the lions, man. You know.
I got the David.
Yeah, find the highest mountain and kick him in his ass off, man. And we're gonna rule with the rod of iron, man. All right, we're gonna put 1,000 years of hardcore slavery on you devils, man. All of you, man. Not just Edom, all of you, okay? Wait, go ahead, Doc.
This 2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 11. It says, and Amaziah strengthened himself and led forth his people and went to the valley of Salt and smote of the children of Sil 10,000.
Hey,
and other 10,000.
Hey, in the kingdom, you might call up a brother and be like, hey, what are your Edomites doing? Oh, they're working. You had something in mind? Yeah, me and a few of the boys are gonna get together and come do something over there. The brother's gonna cook up some lamb, have some wine for us. We're gonna get ready, and we're gonna go to where you Edomites are at, and we're gonna lay our hands on you.
They put something like that in in the Predator, one of those newer Predator movies, even in the Purge, we're gonna get down like that. We're gonna put you in a big ass forest somewhere.
And
we're gonna be on one end and let you run for miles and miles, man. We're gonna just go and hunt you down, play games like that. I'm gonna get you the whole get up me, man. I'm gonna put you in the Kuta Kinte shits, you know, with the chains on, the bells, and I'm gonna have your red ass running, man. You gonna be going to the woods and shit. Looking, I'm gonna get the what they call them, the bloodhound, the whole get up on, man. I'm putting the whole, even the slave master shit. I'm putting the whole get up on, man. We're gonna reenact this shit, you know. I'm gonna get that double out your ass for real, man.
Scripture said we gotta do unto them what they did unto us, man.
Yeah, man.
Actually,
the slave ship, everything coming back in style, man. For you, I'm talking about the stage, the auctions, you know. Hey, we might put Kaya on the stage with the auction, man. That brother already talking loud. Let me calling out them numbers, man. We gonna see the brother doing this. Hey man, get him over there. Walk him out. You know, we gonna be doing that shit, man. Edomite 5,000. Edomite this high in the shekels, whatever. You know, we gonna be doing the whole get up. All right, yeah. The whole damn thing, man. All right. Brother's gonna be around here betting on Edomites. You gonna be fighting and shit. Remember how they had in what that Black Snake Moan and shit? I think that was the movie. Django and shit. We're gonna have Edomites fighting and shit. We're gonna have all that shit going on, man. Double, man. You understand what double is? Go ahead. Let's go through this King David, man.
Right. This is verse 12. It says, and other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and carries them down from the top of the rock, and they all were broken in pieces.
Burst asunder. It's going to be a national pastime in the kingdom. Is going to be a Edomite throwing.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Samaya a postcard with a a picture of the devil falling off the thing, man. I surely miss you, man.
Man, you
look at that, man. We're gonna take pictures like that, man, with our feet on top of these devils' heads and shit. How they take pictures of animals and shit.
Oh,
we're gonna have times like that, man. That's gonna be a pastime in the kingdom. We're gonna have their fists up, shalom and shit.
Son turned 13. It's time to take him out there, kill him a devil. Point blank.
Yeah, go ahead,
The beautiful part about that scripture is it says he took him to the top of the clefts of the rocks, because Esau likes to live on the top of the clefts of the rocks. We're like, okay, we're gonna bring you up here. This is what you like.
Yeah. They like to go rock diving and shit like that. Yeah. Well, this time you're gonna rock dive with no parachute on.
Hey, since they believe in evolution so much, let's see if they can evolve wings before they hit the ground. We're gonna start with Darwin through the spirit. Charles Darwin might be the first Edomite we throw off a cliff. We're gonna see. Look, if your theory is true, you're gonna grow some wings and you're gonna fly so that you don't hit the ground. And we're gonna test the theory, man. It's a scientific. We gotta test it. We gotta test that hypothesis, man.
We're about to see what that ground hitting for.
Yeah,
we're gonna have that real ground down there too. That shit they gonna stick to when they hit that bed.
Spikes, all kind of just random sharp
thorns,
dead rhinos, all kind of madness.
Yeah, they gonna fall in that shit all Mortal Kombat when you hit them down the thing and fall them fucking spikes, man.
Yeah. Where you was reading that? Where you was reading
natural causes, all right? There's not going to be an Edomite that's going to die natural causes. You got it.
2 Chronicles chapter 25, verse 12.
All right.
That was it.
All right, somebody go to the one in 1 Kings 11.
This 1 Kings 11. I'm going to start 15. For it to come to pass when
No, go up. Let me see. Yeah, go right there. That's cool.
For it came to pass when David was in Edom, and Joab was captain of the host, was gone up to bury the slain after he had smitten every male in Edom.
And why does it say every male in Edom and not every female? All right, in Edom, and every male in Edom, because what you think he was doing with the women?
Mm-hmm.
What you think he was doing with the women, man? He was killing the men and basically keeping the women as concubines and stuff, man, for his men and whatever, you know. That's gonna come back in the style, man. We gonna really wring you devils out like an old towel, man. All the stuff that you stole from us, the menorah, the gold, all right, different artifacts of our ancestors, we're gonna get all that back, man. Right? We're gonna get all that back. And all you remember that day we put up the other devil, that Prince Charles devil, you all decrepit and old and prune looking, man. We're gonna show you how to rule the planet Earth in style, man. All right? We're gonna show you how to rule this thing, man, and how to really push out a righteous vibration out here, man. You damn devils. And you wonder why we call you a devil, man. But yeah, go ahead.
Con, somebody give me Psalms chapter 2, verse 8 and 9, and we'll close it out with that Revelation chapter 2 started around 25. Because hey,
I'm holding my precept too up.
Oh, Con, get your precept first.
Okay. This is Ecclesiastes 3 and 15. That which have been is now, and that which is have to be, which is to be have already been, and Yahweh require that which is past.
Con, you got it out.
You know, so the Most High require which is past, you know, slavery. So hey, Esau, Edom, you ain't gonna get away with that. And you know, like I said in the video night before, Arabs too, you getting yours. Moab, you know, he said you lick our sores. You know, you give it this nasty, fucking greasy ass Chinese food. You know, you gonna get the slop in the kingdom. You know, you gonna get all the shit we don't want to eat. You gonna be making your meals out of that shit. You know, you ain't gonna be eating no rats. You ain't gonna be eating dogs. None of that shit.
Hey, well, I don't. You know, it's a scripture in the law say we can as Hebrews we can give a nation whatever we want to give them, man.
Oh, good. Okay,
it's a scripture on that, man. Huh?
Yeah, we can't eat an animal that dies of itself, but we can give that to a heathen. Like if we see a dead deer somewhere, we can just be like, hey, dinner tonight. Hey, but though, hey, we're not going to give you a deer for that first 1,000 years. We're not giving you anything good for that first 1,000. Moldy bread with worms coming out of it is going to be a luxury for you heathens.
Broken glass gravy. That's going to be a delicacy to you Edomites, man.
Yeah, you might be eating locusts. That's about it, man. I'm going to put you on a diet. You know, but I got one real fast. Just 2 Maccabees 7 and 31. It says, "And thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of the Most High. For we suffered because of our sins." All right, and though the living power, and though the living Lord be angry with us a little while for our chastising and correction, yet shall he be one again with his servants. But thou, O lawless man, all right, profane, basically we went into earlier. O lawless man, and of all other most wicked, be not lifted up without a cause, nor puffed up with uncertain hopes, lifting up thy hands against the servants of Yahweh. For thou hast not yet escaped the judgment of the Almighty Yahweh, who seeth all things, man. You got it up.
God, hey, that most vile person, that person of wickedness, is not going to escape the judgments of Yahweh by Yishim Yahushai. You Edomites are known as the border of wickedness. You've been the author of all manner of horrors towards the nation of Israel, and you're going to get double for it. Hey, back in that Psalms 83, who's that first nation that's mentioned as coming against Israel? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. But if no other brothers have any precepts, somebody give me that Psalms chapter 2, verse 8 and 9, and we'll close that with that Revelation 2, start at 25.
This Psalms chapter 2, verse 8. Hold
it up real quick, guy. Hey, like I said earlier, hey, you people, the so-called Jesus Christ, who you people talk about as this all-caring and loving person in the Bible, is going to have slaves in the kingdom of heaven. Jesus is going to have white slaves. Jesus is going to have Asian slaves. Jesus is going to have Arab slaves, etc., etc. and he's going to dog them out, just like his men and his nation are going to dog them out.
And that guy that they put the image up as our Lord, he's going to be in slavery, man. Caesar Borgia, he's going to be in slavery, man. The house of the Borgias family, they're going to be a special group of slaves in the kingdom of heaven, serving, all right? The Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, all right? The Gettys, the Fords, the Clintons, all right? The Obamas, you name it, man. All these people are really kin through a blue bloodline, as they say. Those going to be the people that's going to serve, man. And you best believe that the elite of Israel, the elect, they're going to get first biddings on them, man. You're going to get first biddings on them, man. One of these brothers on this thing right here tonight, one of gonna have one of those Rothschild families, man. All right, one of those families in our stable, man. Serving a prince and a king. All right, in the kingdom of heaven, man.
Hey,
that's not far-fetched to believe, okay? You can bet your $1 on that, man. And especially, and more likely, you best believe the elder apostles are gonna have more of a first biddings, man. Or who they want.
Hey, I definitely wouldn't mind having Ivanka Trump as a concubine in the kingdom.
Man, I don't want that funky hoe.
You spit in that whole face, huh?
Yeah. Hey, we'll go out to the field, man.
Right.
So I say, man, you Paris Hiltons of the world, man. You ain't gonna stand 2 seconds in the kingdom, man. You just can't even. You haven't even made ball water in your life, man. The 2 minutes of the kingdom gonna be hell for you, man. All right.
That's if they even make it on that first go around.
When they hit that sunken place, they know it's over then.
Yeah, man, we're gonna put the whole get up on you. Ivanka gonna have the whole slave cap on and the shit. You're gonna have that bag, picking that damn cotton. So just learn to do this all day. With the bloody hands, man. With them bloody hands. That's why they used to make that clothing called Red Monkey, man. That was from the blood of the cotton and everything else was made from the blood of the jakes, which they called you monkeys, man. And that red came from the blood that was when those cotton cut you up, man. That's what cotton does. When you pick cotton, that shit got sharp, jagged edges, man. That slice you up, man. You know, they be throwing all type of shit out there at Jake, but Jake don't be catching that shit, man. The cold water bucket challenge and shit. He used to do Jake's that shit, man. Jake is ready. Jake is always down for a trip, you know. Go ahead, Doc. Trying to say
in Psalm chapter 2, verse 8, it says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thy inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession."
Actually, I start at verse 7.
This Psalm chapter 2, verse 7, it says, "I would declare the decree. Yahweh has said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee." Ask of me.
The only begotten son, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, whom the world ignorantly refers to as so-called Jesus Christ, a so-called dark-skinned Negro man with a white woolly afro.
It says, "Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel."
Hey, the heathen being an inheritance and bashing them with that rod of iron and breaking them apart like the potter's vessel. And as it says in Romans chapter 8, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. So the elect, the 144,000 and the righteous 1/3 are going to be doing the exact same thing. And that's the patience in the faith of the saints. That's the times we're diligently waiting for. And it's right around the corner.
You want that Revelation 2?
Con.
It's Revelation 2, and we start 25. But that which ye have.
11.
What's up?
31, Revelation 11 and 11.
Oh, no. Revelation 2, 25.
Okay, I was holding 11 and 11. My bad, bro.
Con.
And this Revelation 2 and 25. This is, "But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come." And this is in red letters. This is Yahweh Shai, the only begotten. And he's speaking to his followers. You got it.
Oh, you got it, Doc.
Yeah, he's speaking to his disciples. This is what you ask any so-called follower of Christ. What are you going to get for following the Lord? They're not going to tell you anything that has to do with the patience and faith of the saints. This is verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father.
A point blank period. You'll be given for having the patience and the faith of the saints, and steadfastly and diligently holding fast onto that thing you have right now, the laws, statutes, and commandments, the fact that you know you're an Israelite, and going out there on the highways and byways preaching this word, as well as putting a video epistles like this, praying and fasting and doing whatever you can to hold on to the bitter end and be of that elect number. You can get that power over the nations and be joint heirs with Yahushua, to bash them with that rod of iron and break them into pieces like the potter's vessel. And as the brother Amawad said, it's in red letters, so it's Yahushua speaking, and that's Yahushua saying you're going to have slaves in the kingdom of heaven and really dog them out. So what do you Christians have to say to that? What do you Christians have to say to equality and everybody's going to be getting along and playing accordions in the kingdom of heaven? You got nothing to say to that.
We got just a quick note on this word power in the Greek is Strong's G 1849, exousia. It says the power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases. So we can do whatever we want to you, heathen, feed you whatever. The ability or strength which one is endowed, the power of authority, the power of rule or government, the power of him whose will and commands must be submitted to by others and obeyed.
Ooh. That's a cut to them other camps out there, man. Talking about we gonna be lovey-dovey in the kingdom, man. That's a cut.
Oh, check this out. The leading and more powerful among created beings, superior to man.
Superior to man.
Oh man, that's
hey,
man.
You can't make this up.
Yeah.
But
oh man, that's crazy right there.
Hey, read that last part one more time, Mark. That was beautiful.
Okay. The leading and more powerful among created beings, superior to man.
Hey, point blank, period. So, did any other brothers have any precepts?
No, that was about it.
Mm-hmm. So with that, we hope you sincere Akim were edified by this Shabbat lesson. And as always, we're going to give all praise and glory and infinite honor to Yahweh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.